That was something else falling over. That's what that
Uh-huh.
was.
There it was.
I can explain.
Yeah.
No, dude, I've actually gone back to playing Skyrim again. This time on the 360
Okay.
because I don't have enough space. But yeah, I was just like doing that all today, so I was like, wait, no, I need to flip things off. Anyways,
Yes.
okay, so now wait, contact rupture IO darkness concentration. Didn't we already see this last week?
Uh, Last week it was Lost Oasis.
Oh, oh, okay, so it just moved
Uh-huh.
on IO. Got it.
So it's probably
Huh.
gonna move to like the Great Scar next week, and then it's probably gonna move to Titan week after that.
Hmm. Okay.
So join on
Well.
me, and then we can go to the tower, gather things.
Mm-hmm.
As you're doing that, I am Oteno, also known as Soto Entertainment. That is Neagle9, also known as Coyote Stash. And this is the second week of season 11, season of the Arrivals, or season of Arrivals. And we're going to check. We're gonna do the like the quest thing, moment to an end or whatever it's called. But basically we're gonna be doing that alongside the new location for the contact public event. And hopefully if we have decent people there, which we should, we will be having we'll probably be end up be doing the new heroic boss, which is a giant ogre. Well, like a taken ogre.
Hmm. That's gonna be fun.
Yep. But other than that, the interference mission, apparently there's some really good dialogue for that. It gets pretty interesting. So that should be real cool. That's probably going to be that's going to consist of the premise of today's whole stream, probably. Also around 7:15, I will have to make a call, so I'll be muting Streamlabs and my voice in Discord, and essentially Neagle9 would be taking over. And at the end, depending on how long my call takes, we have a few announcements to get out of the way. Or we could, I guess we could do them now.
Sure, front load it.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably the biggest from me is that starting from this Saturday up until next Saturday, I will be offline. I'm gonna be spending a whole bunch of time with friends and family trying to just reconnect with the world. So yeah, I'm gonna be out of off stream, offline for a while.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the major news. But up until then, I'm still gonna be doing the regular schedule. So
Yep.
Friday will be my last stream for quite some time.
So yeah, that's it for him. For me, I currently have a straight up donation slash bit goal where I'm trying to save up money and get money for a new gaming chair and 2 new monitors. One for my main screen and then a third one so I can like view other stuff over there. I'm trying to upgrade my whole streaming setup thing. I also have a few other things that I would like to get as well, but you know, a few things at a time. So without further ado, those are the announcements. Those are said and out of the way at the beginning. That way, when those that watch on YouTube see this, they will get all the information right off the bat. All right,
Right now, I'm just grabbing all the bounties we need.
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to get the public event stuff and like all that stuff done and out of the way, so we can like fit in as much content as possible today. But depending on how long it actually takes, there are no guarantees. But it's better to pick up the bounties now, just in case. Specifically the gunsmith ones.
Yeah, I'm picking up everything because I plan to, like,
Yeah.
do all that while I'm doing other things. Because I've been previously engaged while I do all this stuff. It is grinding after all, so it's not super interesting.
True.
All right, I think I got everything I wanted to get.
Okay.
So at your leisure, my dude. What are we doing first, anyways?
First, we're going to be doing the Contact Public event that is currently on IO. For those that don't know, season of arrivals revolves around the arrival of the pyramid ships coming to 4 destinations throughout the season that will be disappearing for Beyond Light. Speaking of, Bungie has updated their website with information about the Destiny Vaults, where a lot of that content is going to be going away and going to be put into a vault of some sorts to be either improved or just to make room for new things and stuff from Destiny 1 that was really good and should be experienced by everybody that did not play Destiny 1 at all. Like Vault of Glass, for example, and the Cosmodrome in whole.
Ready when you are.
Yep. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Actually, I'm going to grab my Vanguard and my Crucible bounties, and then we can jump right in.
Alright.
Good to have you back. A prepared soldier is a victorious soldier.
Sword, rock.
You know what I've always wondered? If you actually look out into the city, you can see other towers. Why are we using them?
That's a good question, actually. This one probably has the most defenses.
Well, we're actually technically not in the tower. The tower over there is destroyed.
We're like on a wall or some sort?
Yeah, we're part of the wall. So I don't know why we're not using one of those towers over there.
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
Moving on.
Excellent question. But anywho, we got all our bounties.
Where are we going?
We are going to Isle, and we're going to the Rapture, and we will go from there and see how this goes. Cool. Also, one more thing. Apparently, well, as for those that don't know, they patched AFK farming. So
good.
Yes. Also, another thing, apparently the Umbral Engram thing where like a random Umbral Engram ends up being higher level than normal. Apparently that was a bug.
Oh, I thought it was a feature.
We all did.
Yeah, no, I thought that was like an upgrade for the Prismatic Recaster.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like it was like one thing, or like 2 things actually, I think it said, was going to be powerful reward. Like a week.
Yeah, apparently that was only for like, you know, the free ones that you get.
Huh.
Ooh.
I thought that was just a world drop.
Thought so too. But apparently that was not the case. And that sucks just a little bit.
Yeah, does.
Because leveling right now is pretty mediocre. And I hope, yes, I hope that you know, next season or in year 4 specifically, that they improve on the leveling.
You're like leagues ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sitting at like 34. You're 32.
Right. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, like the leveling experience improves. Hand cannons and fusion rifles. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
I have hand cannons. Cool. I was just making sure I had what I needed for completing this weekly bounty for the prismatic thing. Which I do. It's down here.
Yep. Alright, scout rifles, hand cannons, and linear fusion.
Mm-hmm. You started it.
Well to find this productive infestation.
Yeah, but something's not right here.
The darkness changes its environment, as the traveler did.
Sounds
It's
I
the
keep
traveler
wanting to
did.
stand on the pipes for the plates, as it were.
Yeah.
I like how one of the brought back weapons is one of my favorite scout rifles.
Hmm.
One that I was using as a sentry in Gambit.
Oh yeah, Nightwatch.
Yeah, Nightwatch, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Yes.
Yes. I need to be using the fusion rifle.
Alright.
Apparently not using more.
Sending over a small blocker.
Okay. My God.
I'm sorry, it just feels like Gambit, man.
It definitely does. I'm inclined to agree. Ah, that hurts.
What happened?
I got bodied.
Oh, we are not making this heroic, by the way.
Why not?
We do not have the people for that.
Yeah, we do.
Ow! Holy! Alright, so he just pinned me down and absolutely destroyed me.
I've done it with 4 people before.
Oh, I didn't realize there was 4 of us. I thought it was only 3.
Nope. Ah. Let me get my kills.
Normal bars. That's fun.
Dang it. I don't have.
Me neither. I'm gonna change that immediately.
Since I have to use hand cannon and
Alright.
fusion rifle, I can't anyway.
Yeah, I have anti-barrier.
Okay.
I also have 1,000.
Nice.
Also, because there's so many particle effects going on, my frame rate is absolutely killing itself.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I'll grab more.
That's one of the reasons why I don't like public events. Is because it just kills the frames.
I mean, I enjoy this one because it's actually pretty cool.
Well, because it's new.
Yeah, I like the concept of it. You know, it's interesting. People complain about like not being high enough level to like do content. Because like
But then
that's
they complain about grinding too.
yeah. Like because the thing is, right, like if literally if you would have played last season even a little bit to at least get to like 1,000, you'd be able to do a majority of the content. You would just have to do a little bit more for the dungeon, which I assume was supposed to be like, you know, planned out and like played over the course of like the whole week.
Oh, you're
I mean,
using fast?
no, I'm using the new fusion rifle. But like literally if you would have been 1,000 or more from last season, you would be high enough level to do at least the new public event. People are lazy.
That's a lot of pain out there.
Yeah, it is. Ah. A lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ugh. I use
Don't
my
take a look
super
at
and there's no targets.
Oof.
Ow.
That's a lot of motes.
Automotes, not motes.
Yes, indeedy. Okay, I have fusion rifle bolts now.
Taken. On the bank.
Taken on the bank.
And lost audio.
So did I for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm. Too much, I tell you, too much.
It's too much. It's heavy. Yes. Ah, there we go.
Do it.
Do it.
Can't even use track quest.
Oh. Ow. Ow. Stop it. Ah.
The hand cannon now.
Oh boy.
Hate the Colossus so much.
Yep.
Dead.
My gosh.
I killed one.
Ah.
That's the thing.
Oh boy, that's a lot right there. I'm just gonna Nova Bomb that. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna try to get like my bounties finished for this particular part. I'll finish it on my own time because
Yeah, I was about to say
this
because
is
like,
dumb.
yeah, I'm not getting, I'm barely making any progress with the fusion rifle. I'm pretty sure it's very much possible, but like, nah,
Not advisable.
no. I'm gonna at least finish means to an end. We only need a few more motes.
Am I doing damage to this thing?
Should be.
There.
Heroic.
From the coalescing dark. Stand back!
Where are you?
No idea.
Oh, there he is. Oh, we can just hit this man.
You can.
Ah.
Okay, 1,000 voices not doing as much damage as I thought it would do. It's
It's
a
hard-
very chunky one.
Well, also to be fair, we gotta take out the wizards because the wizards are like recovering it.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Never done this.
I mean, neither have I. I'm just going based off of what it says.
Oh, it does say that, don't it?
Do. Oh.
Oh, they're being... It's a chain. There's a goblin protecting the wizard as it's protecting the ogre.
My gosh.
Okay. Ah, I was right there. Yeah, it's weakened enough where you can actually finish it.
Nice. Now we kill. I
Nope,
mean,
there's a goblin.
not with the goblins there. Evidently.
We have a minute to win it.
We can do it. Oh, the wizards are freaking back. We should be able to just end this.
30 seconds.
We should literally be able to just end this. Yeah. Here we go.
There.
Oh,
Alright. So 62% frame rate loss, and this is why I don't like public events.
That's fair.
Purifies. But one page is not enough.
but we did it.
We will need
Yay.
volumes.
What are we at for this? 60% for that. And 66% darkness contained. This is okay, we do more. This is good.
So, will we wait for this?
Yeah. Doesn't seem that way. Okay.
New pyramid scale has arrived. Different location.
Oh, it's over there now. Okay.
Yep, I'm looking at it. Want me to get started?
No. I want to get the flag. Ah. If these people will show up. Seems like they are. Go ahead and start it if you want.
Showtime! Signals going haywire all around you.
The darkness tempts our aggressors with promises of power.
Promises of power.
Are they fodder? An offering to
Are
our
they
cause?
fodder?
Lady, you are freaky. Drifter live.
And I've been around a long time.
Yeah, I enjoyed that voice line for sure. feels so strange doing
So.
a public event like here.
Huh? Why?
'Cause usually it's like in like the middle of the rupture. This feels strange.
You mean like right here?
Is it usually right here?
Yeah. This is where the, you know, Cabal dig one is.
Oh my gosh, it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was like, what are you talking about? This is the spot.
It just
for
felt
public
weird.
Events. I mean, the spawn location for like generalized, if you're not going for a specific spawn, is like right over there where Asher is, and this is the closest one. So it's like the main one, I think. I'm nowhere near you.
That's okay. Can I not pick it up? Oh,
Mm.
I can't pick it up?
All right, let me try.
Oh, I got it. I guess I had to switch
Why?
off a sword,
not gonna.
oddly enough. That was weird.
Destroy them, Guardian.
Oh,
Much pain.
very much so. What were you gonna say?
Me?
Yeah,
Was I gonna say something?
it sounded like it.
Yeah. We need more things to talk about for this kind of stuff. Otherwise, it's just dead air.
But this is content, though.
Not for my screen.
Well, that's unfortunate.
No, because, you know, frame rate of 60%.
Yeah, I know.
More than half the frames are gone,
That's why I said that's just unfortunate.
which means that we need stuff to talk about because the visuals aren't doing it.
Yeah, but then isn't like your stream cutting in and out then as well?
Don't think so. I think it's just the visuals.
Ooh.
Hence, swarm our containment unit.
Besides, you're not getting cut out. And it's kind of repetitive work that we're doing, even if you enjoy it.
Oh. I mean, isn't all of Destiny repetitive work right now?
True enough. The only bit where I can actually consider it like engaging is the dungeons, raids, to a fair amount. But after that, it's like, eh. Then PvP is always interesting.
Depends. When you're fighting the same people over and over again and like you're not seeing much progress in yourself, it doesn't really become that much interesting. It's a lot of the same.
This is where we have difference of opinion again.
Yeah. Because technically right now the whole game is pretty much repetitive. But that's only because like this is the end of that season, of that whole seasonal block thing. Well, I mean the whole like year 3. Hopefully with year
Okay.
4, like the things switch up a bit, you know, the leveling system gets a little bit more interesting.
What happened to all that enthusiasm from last week?
Too
Too
I don't
much grinding?
No. Yeah, like, see, like, the thing is, I don't mind the grind because actually this grind's kind of fun to me. But I'm just, like, speaking on behalf of, like, the community in this issue. Where, like, because the general consensus is the leveling system is boring and outdated and needs to change, and we shouldn't have to grind old stuff to be able to do content. That's pretty much what everybody's yelling about on Twitter right now. How do you feel about that?
No, yeah, that's pretty much how we all feel. I mean, yeah, like, why did we have to grind in the first place? What was the original, like, concept behind grinding?
I don't know, to get people to play.
No, but like in canon, what was like the lore behind it and everything? Like, why was this a thing?
It's probably just a because video games type deal. It's probably literally just to get people playing more. And people are just finally sick of it. Because interestingly enough, at the beginning of Shadowkeep, or when they were like announcing stuff for Shadowkeep, they did say that they were gonna have people like they were gonna have the players like. Well, it kind of started in Forsaken. It's just because Forsaken was so interesting, people ignored it. But it started with
Yeah,
the fact.
a lot of interesting things in Forsaken.
Yeah, it started with the fact that like everything in the annual pass at that point in time was in-game content. You were grinding and improving your level to do more in-game content, which is how other games do it, right? Because games like Final Fantasy XIV and other MMOs of that nature, they have in-game content that expands. And
Wow, that bank was locked up for all of 2 seconds.
yeah. And like it was the same thing for Forsaken. I guess people forgot or like have been spoiled with the way like things are, where they just don't want to grind for a number anymore, even though that's how we've been doing it this whole time.
Well, just because something is the way it is doesn't mean it's the way it should be.
Well, true, but no one said anything for like a whole year. Everybody was completely fine with it for a whole year. But I don't know.
Complacency, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about it. I do agree that like the leveling system is a little outdated. I understand.
Yeah, because there's no real end game for it.
Well, I mean, this
Why
is
are
also
we trying to gain levels? For the sake of gaining levels?
well, like this is also like something the community asks for in a way, where
Really?
yeah, where they wanted something to show like how long they've been playing essentially, and that was the whole point of the artifact, because you're able to get to like the hard cap or pinnacle cap, but then also keep going at the same time.
I think that's so they have a reason to justify for grinding those levels. But I don't agree with it. Because inevitably, it's just a number that's like, oh, I've done this many things this many times. And it's like, okay, yeah, but what are you going to use it for?
Yeah,
So you can show off? Or
see,
what?
the thing is, that's exactly what people requested for. People
Which
wanted
makes no sense to me.
well, people wanted that because they wanted something to show like how long they've been playing. That's specifically what people requested for, but then now people are complaining about it because it means nothing when this is exactly what people wanted in the first place.
Why? I don't know why they did that in the first place, like I said.
It's what people wanted. It's the whole reason why.
No,
they
I
had
don't
the-
know why they requested something they didn't actually want.
Well, because the community has always been so wishy-washy about everything. Where like they request something, think it's gonna be good, and then when they get what they didn't expect because it didn't play out in their head the perfect way they wanted it to play out, they complain about it and want it removed or completely changed. And like, of course, Bungie's gonna do it the way it's probably meant to be done, where like, you know, there's balancing involved and all that, because like, you know, it's a video game that involves like competitiveness and everything. So things have to be balanced. But things get implemented and it's not to their liking, they're gonna complain about it.
10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's done now.
Down to the wire.
Edge focused, unrolling grab. Oh. And now we can do the story mission thing.
Our sorrows are winds and storms.
Good. Because yeah, like I've never liked grinding.
Passing.
That name gets around.
But I mean,
title.
didn't you grind in that other game you played a good while ago?
What, RuneScape?
Yeah.
Sure. That's one of the reasons why I don't like grinding.
Oh.
Chopping down your billionth tree can do that to you.
I can imagine. Okay, now
Yeah,
okay. So before you go into that, we'll talk more about it. But means to an end, a challenge is issued to the strong. Collect Umbral traces by completing an escalation protocol, Gambit, Gambit Prime, or the Reckoning. Apparently, Reckoning is the best way to do this.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Let's do tier 2. It is
there
Solar
Earthburn on?
Singe Brawler.
Oh.
Let's do. But yeah, like the general consensus was at the beginning, especially during Forsaken, they were like, yeah, we don't care. Although a lot of people didn't like the fact that you had to, like, you know, grind a whole bunch of things to be able to do forges, so they changed that. They made it to where, like, you know, you're able to jump right into certain activities, which technically you're still able to do, because with, like, ever since that change after season of the forgers or whatever, like, literally everything after that, you were able to jump right into any activity. You didn't have to grind
This
too
is
much.
true.
Because it's same thing for Gambit and Gambit Prime and Reckoning. It was the same thing for Menagerie. But it's also sort of the same thing with, you know, Shadowkeep and the seasonal stuff inside year 3. And that also still technically applies to this season as well. It's just now people want to be like I need to be using a different subclass. But now people, I guess, they want to have an easier time and stuff and not want to be challenged. Because, like, literally if you were at least level 1000 before the season started, the grind, like, upwards
okay,
isn't...
finish thought, yeah.
Okay, the grind upwards, like the quote-unquote the grind upwards wasn't that long. And I need to have some racers. The grind upwards, like, wasn't that long to begin with. But the reason why people are having so much issue is because these are people that, you know,
You want to deploy banner?
I can't, since it's already been started.
Okay. Oh, I thought you ran out.
No, I have like 3. But yeah, like these are people that were 980 at the start of this, and they don't want to have to grind a whole thing, stuff like that. Which I understand. But I understand not wanting to completely have to grind a whole thing. One of the suggestions I actually saw was like do like a huge level boost like every fall, but then keep the same level every season.
Horde of Umbral traces. How do you get that?
By doing a lot. I don't know. I don't understand the system yet. It's only week 2.
Huh.
But yeah,
no, it's like, how do I describe this accurately? you go out to do this on a daily basis,
Uh-huh.
but then you're working towards something. You're always trying to progress in something, right?
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the week, all that stuff can be done again. Like, okay, then each week should be worthwhile and have like minor rewards instead of just getting stronger.
Uh-huh.
Because that strength is eventually gonna be leading towards something.
Uh-huh.
At least should.
Should.
Which originally was the raids.
Uh-huh.
And we were getting progressively more difficult raids at the beginning.
True.
But then after a while, they started running out of raids. Even the adept and like heroic versions of stuff,
Uh-huh.
like that started to get tiring.
True.
Where everyone knew the mechanics already. All they did was just bump the numbers up, give a couple of enemies a few more gimmicks,
Uh-huh.
but that was it. That's all they could do. So if you knew the baseline thing, like the super basic version of stuff,
Uh-huh.
then you could do all the other stuff once you were sufficiently empowered
Right.
from, grinding out all your stuff.
Which comes from mastery as well.
Yeah. That's player skill,
Right.
not in-game stuff,
Uh-huh.
which should give you an indication of what that means. The higher level stuff was actually based on the player's skill, not their level.
Right.
The level just made it easier to complete.
True.
So it's not as important to grind out that stuff in the long run.
Right. And technically right now it's not either. It's just people feel like they have to be because they don't want to have to like go through the sense of difficulty and challenge with not being at max level in like the first week or so.
Example, all those people that have already done the raid. And, I'm sorry, the dungeon.
Well, see, interesting you mentioned that
And that
because
one guy that actually managed to do it solo already.
well, see, the thing is with already being able to do it solo week 1, that's pure player skill. That man's just
Exactly.
a god at this game. And also, it's also the same thing with the people completing the raid day 1. Not the raid, but like the dungeon day 1. Literally, people went in at 10:26, and they were still able to do it. And like the end game boss for the dungeon is 10:60. But that just goes to show that like you don't need to be max level to do a lot of stuff, but people feel
Which
like they
makes
have
the
to.
grinding pretty much irrelevant at that point.
Exactly, but people will complain about the grinding because the majority of the player base isn't as skilled. So they're gonna
But
complain,
mastery is what I believe is more important.
right? And
But
I
people don't want to train for that.
no, they don't. They just want to chase the number, get their drops, get max level, and be able to do the thing with like no like struggle.
Effort.
Exactly. And that's the current problem with the
It's a
game.
mentality thing.
Exactly. So I don't think the leveling system is truly outdated. I mean, like, sure, like it can be improved on a bit. I can't wait to see
here's
what they're gonna
another-
do.
Here's another thing you probably should think about. The psychology of why we actually play video games in the first place.
Hmm.
It's
See-
because it's to stress ourselves. We are intentionally making our lives more stressful.
Huh.
But the stress is applied in such a fashion to make it fun.
True.
The right stress in the right fashion will actually be a beneficial thing to the person.
It's also
not
a means of
detrimental
escape
thing.
for some people.
Exactly. They're stressed out, so all they're thinking about is the stressor.
Uh huh.
And they're trying to put all the other stressors out of their mind because one is taking precedence.
Right.
Like right now, we're getting attacked by a likeness of Oryx, who managed to put a dent in Saturn's ring. That's a stressor right there.
That's a huge
It comes
stressor.
from a whole bunch of context and but still, in the end, it is a stressor.
Uh huh.
Meanwhile, we're not thinking about, oh, how am I gonna get dinner in a couple hours?
Right.
which is also another stressor, but that one's less fun.
Exactly.
So yeah,
See, I think the majority that is yelling on Twitter, you know, obviously like the ones that complain are always the louder voices. But I think the majority, I think that the majority's issue is the fact that like they're not playing for fun anymore. They're playing to chase a number and to have ease.
yeah.
And just to be able to play the new content, which they're able to. So I don't necessarily understand that argument of like, oh, like I'm not able, I have to grind old stuff to be able to play the new content. It's like, yes and no. You have to grind old stuff if you don't want to struggle with new content. Technically.
Yeah, it's getting back into the old mentality of as a species, we're kind of stressed out right now,
True.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, we don't need the added stress of having to do the thing every single day in order to be relevant in the thing we want to do to distract ourselves from the other things we don't want to think about.
And see, it's and
Idiot. Wrong tipper.
and see, the thing with that though is you don't have to. Like you don't have to grind that hard to do the stuff in this season. You just
Who did that one?
I don't know.
That was
You literally can just play the content and you'll be fine.
But then there's no stakes in it as well. What are the stakes right now? What were the stakes in past seasons? Like, what are we trying to do? What are the odds? If we don't do this thing, what's gonna happen?
If we don't do this, well, last season, if we don't do this thing, the All Might is going to crash into the tower, which part of it technically did. And then season 9 was if we don't do this thing, we can't save Saint 14. Season 8 was if we don't do this thing, I'm going to die. I was pushed off. Season 8 was, oh, never mind, I saved it.
No, you didn't.
I
Wait,
did.
no, you did.
I saved
Awesome.
it. I'm good at
I
this
thought
game.
you were going back in the hole.
Right. Season 8 was if we don't do this thing, the Undying Mind will destroy everything
us.
and erase us, essentially. Shadowkeep was if we don't do this thing, the
In my
pyramids
mind,
might kill us.
Those are low tier threats, so people won't consider it as much of a threat.
Well,
Not
okay.
Like, it's not as big as a stake as like a raid, where it's like, oh, this thing is really out to get us, and we know it's out to get us because it's really hard to defeat. Not, oh, this thing's really annoying to defeat because we have to do all these things for months in order to defeat it.
Well, true. We also didn't know like the main villain until like last season, as well.
True. We are at the end of the season. Or
Oh, a
the
year.
I should say.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very back and forth topic where like a lot of people are gonna agree to disagree, because like I honestly don't mind the way leveling is, although I do agree that it should like get improved on in year 4. I do want to see some changes to it, and I do like the idea of like grinding to the level cap for the fall, but then not really chasing a level throughout
You're saying once you
following
get
seasons?
your level, like initially when it first comes out, whatever the like update is, then we should be staying at that level, and the power really shouldn't be increasing.
Well, see, and like that's why like I partially agree but then partially don't, because the part I don't agree with is the fact that like as I've stated many times before, I'm a player that wants a reason to play, and if my reason to play is chasing a power level that may or may not mean anything until like maybe like a few seasons in or whatever, like I don't mind doing it, specifically because I'm probably enjoying that content. Now if I'm not enjoying it, that's a different story, but then that's pretty much anything. not just, you know, Destiny.
Yeah, like I say, it gets back to the concept like, why do we play video games?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, because on one hand I do understand, like, you know, not wanting to grind everything, but like, luckily we are getting like new stuff to do, hopefully, in Beyond Light. So like I said, hopefully that fixes a lot of issues. But on the other hand, like, I want something to do. I don't want to just, like, you know, get my one and done stuff like in the fall, like where, like, you know, you do the raid, get max level, you get, like, you know, the god rolls that you want from the raid, or like whatever other in-game content there is, probably from dungeons or whatever, and then like you do nothing else for like the remainder of like the year.
Perseverance. I'm good.
You said what?
I completed my objective.
Oh, sick.
Throwing blades, yo.
That's what's up. But yeah, like, it's, I want something to do, and this right now is interesting because it's making me like go back into other activities that, like, I wouldn't normally willingly do, because I have to grind for, like, oh no, we failed.
Yeah, that's what I said. We failed.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's very very interesting in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm one of the rare individuals that actually does not like that's not entirely true if I try to say that. I was gonna say I'm not entirely enjoying, like, structure and order and, you know, routine, which is not entirely true. I wanted to say that, but it's that I enjoy variance more than I enjoy structure.
Fair.
It's not to say that I won't take either.
Right.
But yeah, by the way, what are your percentile at?
I'm at 90 something.
Okay.
So one more should, like, literally if we do like the first part, I should have it.
Okay. Do we leave after that, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm the kind of guy that actually, like, enjoys variety at most hours of the day. I don't like to be tied down too much by the mundanity of the day-to-day, the humdrum. I have an adventurer's spirit. I am not content with the world as it is. I want
Aw.
various
Didn't time it right.
things and just more of life in general.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair, and I completely understand that. But like, with this, see that's why I said that I also understand, like, you know, going back to do like old stuff essentially just to be able to do the newer stuff is like really boring. And
Wow,
like
you got lit up.
yeah, I did all the snipers. It's like I don't want to be I don't want to have to like do old stuff every single time. It does get boring, it does get stale, especially when like those activities haven't really been touched on. And like they're just not, wow.
Holy crap! All right.
That's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I 1,000 them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
So yeah, I do understand, but at the same time,
Ow.
I
Sniper came across the other roof.
ain't that something? So yeah, I do understand, but at the same time, it's something to keep me playing. I don't know. It's very weird.
It's work for the sake of work.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm also having fun with it. In a way.
Machines.
I did, despite it being like repetitive and mundane, sure, and like can be boring at times. But
I got rid of the snipers.
thank you. But it is fun to me in a way because it's also part of the there's this new thing and we got to do a little bit of old content to do this new thing, not necessarily because it gives us a level, but because you know it ties into the story somehow or whatever.
Yeah, give us a real reason, not just because we're reusing an asset.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, the
I do know for certain that after a while, you kind of start running out of fresh ideas.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much with everything though, really. That's why I'm like also really excited for what they're gonna do for like the future going
Yeah, I
forward.
mean, they're putting a new foot forward with the whole like use the darkness thing.
True.
We only get like one subclass probably, but it's still an entirely new subclass after 7 years of the same 3 things.
Yeah. Plus we're also gonna be going into the Deepstone Crypt, which is a huge lore thing. So.
But then again, once they put that, their best foot forward, what's the next step? What are they gonna follow that up with?
I mean, with that, it's one of those, we're just gonna have to wait and see if, like, it's worth continuing, because if that's the case, it's only worth it to play every fall.
Exactly.
But then again, you would also be behind on levels.
Wow. Sorry, I was like throwing my knives, and all of them were dying before my knife could get to them. I'm like, who is? Oh, it's you.
Trying to get my fusion rifle kills, man. Leave me alone.
No, I get you.
Yeah. Nice. Ooh, I'm
Get
done.
out of here. Get out of town.
You wanna leave? I'm done.
Let's help these people out. We got this far.
Okay. But yeah, like,
That's you.
I just want to see what they can do to improve.
I always believe that there is always room to improve.
Right.
That nothing was ever done.
True.
Even once you reach the pinnacle of whatever you're at, there's always someone who is below you that is on their rise. So that means you have a constant influx of challengers.
Exactly.
Which is why I enjoy, well, combat in general so much.
True.
It's ever evolving, ever changing.
Also, one thing we do have to remember is this is the same community that was happy that we got skill-based matchmaking out of quick play.
Yeah, yeah. Are people complaining about that yet?
Nope.
Okay.
The general consensus is everybody's happy that skill-based matchmaking is not a thing. Unless you're doing, like, sweaty stuff.
And how are the sweaties taking it?
They're fine because they get to stomp on everybody. See the problem here?
Indeed.
And that's the kind of community we're dealing with. Literally same energy. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, a lot of it is just really dumb. With, like, I feel like the community doesn't know exactly what they really want. Because the community asked for skill-based matchmaking. And then once they figured out they had to try, then they didn't want it anymore. So Bungie removed it.
It's the reason why asking the public was so frowned upon for like the olden days. Is because they can never make up their minds.
No, they can't. And that's very apparent for like how
Just
Destiny's
a lot
forming.
of things in general. Like the popular demand is so indecisive and fickle
True.
that it's almost not worth it asking for popular demand.
Very true.
Too many discordant voices and radicals
Very
of all
true.
kinds. Sometimes the beneficial kind, but sometimes not. And he moved just as I popped off my super.
Oh, of course. You know.
Hold on. Suck 1000!
You missed.
Yeah, he teleported.
Huh!
Yep.
Do you have any idea on how like the leveling system should improve?
Should it exist in the first place is a better question.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily.
Do we need to have the oh, everyone's dead. Do we actually need to have that constant level up? Is it required?
I mean, it for a lot of people it grants a sense of like satisfaction and like accomplishment.
Accomplishments should be earned, and people don't like earning things.
Apparently not, because we're earning levels as we speak, but they're complaining about it because like they don't want to earn levels anymore to do
No, what I
new
mean is
stuff.
something- Triumph should be triumphant. They should be something that is hard to obtain, and not everyone should get them.
True.
Have the exclusivity of that. The mentality of everyone should have everything is, I don't know, almost, I want to say it's selfish, but it's whatever the opposite of selfish is.
Opposite of selfish? You mean like
Yeah.
similar to selfish?
Yeah, like on the same vein where it's like, I guess you can say it's altruistic. No, it's not even altruistic because everyone's gaining benefit from it.
True.
I don't know what to call that.
I don't know, honestly, because like it's really, it's just really strange how everybody's like so backwards on this whole thing. I still don't understand how you can like ask for something specific but then complain about it like months later.
Because it's not what you wanted. Well, then we'll give it back to the old way. Oh, we don't like that either. All right, you don't know what you want. Period. That's it. You don't know. You don't know.
They don't, honestly.
So people that don't know should just be quiet because they're just adding chaos.
Yeah, but they're gonna be loud about it because a lot of those people are streamers and have platforms,
True
and
enough.
everybody's gonna follow the big name. The community is great, but the community is also a bunch of whiny babies, and I'll just say that right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if this is going on YouTube, like just straight up. This is like the community are really good, but at the same time, a whole bunch of whiny babies, and it's getting old. Like that's the part that frustrates me the most. Is Bungie sit there and listen to these people, and
Yeah. After a certain point, I don't think you should listen anymore. You should just tell.
yeah, but they can't though. That's the thing. That's the kind of environment they set up.
I know, and it's one of the reasons why tyrants have persisted in this world, because they get things done and not care about what people have to say. Ugh. And then they let it go to their head, and then they can do whatever they want, and then things get worse. Ugh.
It's all really strange and unfortunate. And it's really hard to say what is actually right. Because of course we all have our own
I don't
appearance.
believe in right. Not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, of course we all have our own opinions on a whole bunch of stuff. But then what if we're still completely wrong? Because it is just an opinion after all, and we're not the ones making the game. We're not the ones balancing everything. We're not the ones
Yeah,
looking
not
at
too long
numbers
ago,
or
we
server
thought
side.
that Earth was rotated by the sun.
Facts.
This age, we believe that we rotate the sun, and next age, who knows? Maybe we'll figure that the moon rotates both, or sorry, we rotate the moon, and so does the sun. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, there is no certainty in anything we know.
Nope.
That's what I've come to learn. Anything you think you know, it's probably going to be proven wrong by someone at some point. Whether they're right or not, who knows?
But you can't tell people that. Because everybody wants to feel like they're right. Everybody wants to
No
say
one's
their
right
piece.
and no one's wrong. We're all just deluded in our own ways.
Yep.
But people don't want to hear that.
Variations of being spoiled by stuff, getting used to
There
things.
is more than one truth in this world, and people don't want to hear anything that they don't want to.
Yeah, true.
So,
So yeah, it's just
oh, by the way, you're gonna be leaving soon?
yes. So I mean, technically we could end with
This
this.
mission?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, then let's finish this up and then call it for the day.
Yeah, we're gonna be cutting it short,
Oh,
chat.
another thing. Yeah.
But this was a good talk, though. This is definitely needed to be talked about because that's a really important thing
Ow,
right now.
How did that hurt me from all the way there?
I have no idea.
Die, eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing. The reason why I pretend I'm an idiot most days is because people usually don't want to hear what I have to say.
Fair.
Yeah. Besides, it's more fun.
True.
Oh, speaking of having fun, you know how I restarted up a Skyrim thing
Yeah.
on my off time? I made it stars, Dad.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
I love that.
Yeah, I'll be sending the picture to the group soon.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just like, you know what? I wonder what Star's dad would look like because I can't make Star because I don't have enough maneuverability and flexibility with the game engine to actually do that. I'm not using PC, so it's just like I can't
yeah.
use like mods to make them exactly the way I think.
Right.
Besides, there's better platforms for that.
True.
But yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, but yeah, things.
Yeah. I guess like my stance on the matter to end off the topic at hand. My stance on the matter is I get it, but like I don't think they should be trying to please the casual audience. Because the majority of the people that are yelling about this are the casuals, of course. The casual audience as in like not the people that don't like, you know, stream or like
The ones that have gotten the game for free.
yeah, essentially. The free people are like the ones that are just doing it because they feel like they have to. The one that complain because they have jobs and a life. When we look at Neil here, he's a world traveler. He goes to work, but still puts in the hours and the amount of time that he wants to. Ooh, this is a new area.
Wait, what? What? What was that name?
That was Nokris, son. I feel that. This is gonna be interesting. This mission, this season is getting even more interesting by the week. I'm telling you that right now. The days.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Nokris part of Orcs' court?
Yes.
Why does that say Envoy of Savathun?
I don't know. Oh, I got a prime. That was good. Oh, this is a cool area.
Yo.
This is definitely a new space.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
I like new things. This is true.
I definitely like this. Is wow.
I believe in you.
Woo!
That's a powerful one.
Yeah, it is. Let's say I'll leave that one to you. I'll get rid of this knight though. Never mind. The knight's yours. Never mind.
That changed fast.
You put up the shield, I was like, oh, it's no longer my time.
Well, if you were using Bastion, it would have been your time. Wait, can Bastion actually go through Darkness Shields?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that doesn't make too much sense.
It goes through elemental shields, I think, only.
God, I love this pistol.
So good. Anyway, like I said, my stance on it is I understand where people are coming from, but like I can't get behind everything that's being said. That's why I don't think Bungie should, even though of course the casuals are going to be like, they should listen to the casuals more because we're the ones spending the money. It's like, actually,
No, you're not.
the streamers
Casuals.
and the hardcore, now even if you're not a streamer, the hardcore, the people that are doing a majority of the content, they're the ones spending the money every single season or every fall if they're getting the deluxe edition, so they don't have to spend any more money for the rest of the year. They're the ones spending the money. They're buying the stuff in Eververse. They're buying the ornaments in Eververse. When there was ornaments to buy, sparrows, ships, they're buying all the stuff. So like the casual player, quote unquote, can't sit there and say they should listen to the casuals because we're the ones that are making the money and the majority of the player base. It's like, actually, that's not true. Maybe a little bit of that is true because of the player base aspect, but literally none of that is
It's a percentile
true.
game. It's how many base games for each casual what are the numbers of the base game versus the numbers of the hardcores? What are the how much are each one giving to Bungie?
Right.
How many casuals would equal a hardcore?
That's actually an excellent question. I would like to see that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
Then, yeah.
Go ahead.
It's that kind of situation where it's like, okay, at certain points there's like gonna be a tipping point where
Uh-huh.
the casuals are gonna like outnumber the hardcore people.
That is true. But what I was gonna say was that like the casuals are specifically the ones that wanted to keep AFK farming because they didn't have quote unquote time to go and do their stuff because they got jobs and lives, and this game isn't like their job or whatever. And then we look at you, Neil, who puts in effort and time because you enjoyed this game to a significant amount, and you make time for it. You also go to work. You have a very extensive job that is very very physically.
Even like if I'm not being paid, I'm still showing up to my job. That's the kind of level of devotion I'm at for my work.
Right. So that's why I don't get that argument when you're an example of that argument isn't really valid, because you can do all that.
Aw,
Aw.
I got him.
Yeah.
Like, he got me.
That's what's up. But yeah, like, because you could do all that, but then also at the same time still do a majority of the game.
Oh, and to answer you, yes, I am gonna be playing Last of Us 2.
Oh.
Yeah, when it wait, is it? out already? I don't know.
It's not out yet.
Okay, then yeah. When it comes out, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that because I played the last one, and oh,
That's what's up. Oh, it comes out this Friday apparently.
oh. Is this a gun on the ground? Do you see this?
Is it? Well, what you?
Over here. Look at this. Do you see this?
No,
It's like right where I'm crouching.
I don't see anything on me.
Oh, well, there's a taking gun sitting right there.
Oh, cool. That's
Okay,
what's up.
so it's this Friday, huh? Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna be out of town. So yeah, I'm gonna be away for a while.
Eggshell.
Eggshell. The term carries all the impermanence and fragility you would expect. The darkness sees the traveler as something keeping us isolated from the outside world. It is a barrier we are meant to outgrow and break through.
Interesting. That's definitely foreshadowing for Beyond Light. That's 100% foreshadowing for Beyond Light. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. To the tower.
It always provides us with so much time afterwards. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's trying to tell us to like look around.
Yeah, but like the crazy part is we did, unless we missed something. Hmm.
Anyways, yeah. So just a refresher, I'm gonna have to update my Twitch schedule to indicate that I'm going to be gone, starting Saturday till next Saturday. So for a full week, I'm gonna be offline.
Yeah.
I need to be out and about in the world doing things, because, oh, we all know that we need to get out and do stuff now. We've all been stuck inside.
True.
We need to get out.
Very true.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Starting with my immediate family, then going to well, I guess you can say found family. Yeah, but yeah, all these topics are honestly above my pay grade.
Honestly, same in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to like share my piece on that because like it kind of bothered me this morning.
Mm.
Cause like reading, cause first I was bothered by the fact that like the Umbral engrams got fixed, quote unquote. But then I sat there and I was just like, why am I upset by that? I mean, that's kind of like what spurred my whole thinking and like all the topics and everything today.
Mm. Oh, by the way, yeah, but I need to get the console first.
Yeah, I also need to get the console. Is there a price out yet, Rohit?
Good that you asked them because yeah.
Oh yeah. I should offer up the... Even though we're gonna be ending, but
We were literally ending. To be fair, his
600, oof.
Ateno's gameplay is a lot better than mine because a lot of the time I'm getting like 60% frame loss for some of those public events.
PS5 is gonna be 600. Oh boy, that's
the
a
starting
lot.
price.
For the version that you can like use CDs on. That's a lot.
Huh. Wait, they're trying to go digital?
Yeah, they're gonna have two versions, CD and then digital version is 500. Interesting.
They're trying to do away with discs.
Yeah, I think like the console generation after the PS5 and the Series X are gonna be discless, like 100%.
Probably.
Huh. So the digital edition is 500. Okay. I probably would end up getting the digital edition. Most of my games are digital on the PS4 anyway.
Exactly.
I mean,
Anyways.
So, I think I've already said my final thoughts enough on this matter. You can go ahead and say your final thoughts, and then we'll do our little outro.
How to wrap up all of that stuff? Yeah, there.
How to wrap up an ongoing talk that's probably going to be a majority of the season.
Exactly. Like, this discussion is not closed. We're
Yeah.
choosing to end it for the moment because we have time constraints, but it's such a complex and multi-layered problem that I honestly don't expect it to be solved. Like, this is not something you fix. This is something you slap a band-aid on while it's still leaking fluids.
Until you find a way to actually fix
Until
it.
you until you can suture that bad boy, it's gonna keep hemorrhaging despite whatever you slap on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, slapping duct tape on a duct does not fix it.
Very true.
So yeah, I don't know. It's something to work on.
Well put.
I'm kidding. You know you're off.
And with that, yeah, I think that about does it. Any other thoughts, or are we gonna call it here?
That's honestly that's it for me. I have nothing much else to say on the matter till I guess Bungie decides to say something. If anything, they might say something during the TWAB this week. So we'll see what happens with that. But I have nothing else really to say about the matter.
Yeah, agreed.
How about some gambling?
We just have to wait and see what Bungie decides to do with what's being said, because they're in a tight spot right now, and I kind of feel bad for them.
Side note, I just got a Whispering Slab with Killing Wind in Sympathetic Arsenal.
That actually sounds OP, like straight up.
Huh? And its and its masterwork thing is draw time.
Why does that sound like the best bow?
With Polymer Spring, so now its base draw speed is 565.
Excuse me?
Just wait, brother.
Why does that sound like the best bow perk combination? What the heck? Holy.
Guns are older than my bones.
Okay, bud.
Still work.
You go on then.
I'm gonna keep this.
You do that. You may very much want to do that.
Okay, things, wrapping up, yeah. I'm gonna be updating my schedule on Twitch. I have the, my Twitter, I'll be posting it on there as well. Links are all up in here for the both of us.
Uh-huh.
What are you gonna be doing for, in the interim, when I'm gonna be gone? What's your planning?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna be doing music game stuff, probably some stuff with Phantasy Star Online 2, grind levels with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see with that. Yeah,
If possible, I'll try to stop by, but who knows? I'm gonna be on the road a lot.
that's
so,
true.
Connectivity is gonna be spotty.
Yeah, if you got that Wi-Fi, feel free to come through always.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I think that's it.
That is definitely it.
That's all from us for now.
Yep. And with that,
Yeah.
we will see you wonderful people tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So-
Tomorrow. when
Tomorrow's
we're
gonna be
actually
a little interesting, actually.
Okay, yeah, actually, a quick update for this week because some things are changing. Tomorrow, we're actually not technically having a D&D session. We're having a more or less summary slash analysis slash expectation talk for the campaign as a whole, because we've made a lot of progress in it, and it's getting to the point where things are no longer malleable.
Right.
So yeah, things are changing now.
Very much so.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Should be interesting.
Thursday, I'm still not streaming. Friday, I really don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be playing the new the new Last of Us because I didn't realize it was coming out that day, so I didn't plan for it. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing Friday. Because, well, actually, you know what? Let's just play some Valorant. Let's do that. What do you
Friday?
say?
Okay.
Friday. Sure. Why not?
I'm down for some Valorant.
Yeah, because there's not too much we can work on at the moment.
No.
Yeah, not with my impending leave time. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's just a quick update for stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's all for me for now.
Yep. That is
See
it,
y'all next
guys.
time.
Love y'all very much. See you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bye.